Life is not a straight line. It's a battlefield of setbacks, stumbles, and storms. No matter how hard you try, there will be moments when you fall. You'll fall from grace, fall short of your dreams, fall under the weight of pressure, pain, or people's opinions. But what separates the broken from the unbreakable, the defeated from the victorious, is the decision to rise one more time. Fall 7 times, rise 8 is not just a proverb, it's a war cry. It's the anthem of warriors who refuse to let failure define them. You are not the fall. You are the fight. You are not the wound. You are the healing. Each time you get back up, you become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Life will try to knock you down repeatedly, but as long as you refuse to stay down, you win. Stand up, bruised, bloody, and breathing. Stand up with trembling hands and a determined heart, because every time you rise, you take back your power. You reclaim your story, and you prove you were built to overcome. You will fail. That's not a threat. It's a promise. You will make mistakes, lose your footing, and question everything you believed in. But failure is not fatal. It's not the end. It's the forge. It's where you're melted down, reshaped, and reborn. The greatest champions have been knocked down more times than they can count, but they never stopped getting back up. Why? Because they understood that resilience isn't about never falling. It's about never surrendering. The fall is a lesson. It reveals your limits, yes, but it also reveals your potential. When you fail, you see where the cracks are, and then you get to work, fixing, growing, sharpening your mind and spirit. Don't run from your falls. Embrace them. Let every scar be a reminder that you survived, and every bruise be proof of your fight. Keep swinging, even when your arms are tired. Keep climbing, even when the path disappears. Every rise makes you more unstoppable. You may be down, but you are never out unless you choose to be. Choose to rise. Pain will knock the wind out of you. Life will blindside you with betrayals, failures, and losses that make your knees buckle. You will face rejection that cuts deep, heartbreak that leaves scars, and disappointments that try to silence your spirit. But in the darkest hours, when everything feels broken, you have a decision to make. Stay down or rise again. Rising doesn't mean pretending you're okay. It means deciding that the story doesn't end here. It means using your pain as fuel, your scars as maps, your wounds as wisdom. You are not made to stay down. You were made to endure, to adapt, to evolve. The pain is real, but so is your power. Every time you get up after being knocked down, you build something no one can take from you. Inner strength. That's the kind of strength no gym can build and no enemy can break. Rise for your dreams. Rise for your purpose. Rise because the world needs to see what resilience looks like in motion. Fall 7 times, rise 8, and then keep rising. The world won't always cheer for your comeback. People will count you out, write you off, and turn their backs when you fall. That's okay. Your validation doesn't come from the applause. It comes from the fire within. When the world doubts you, you rise anyway. When they laugh, you rise louder. When they leave, you rise stronger. You're not here to impress them. You're here to express the unshakable will inside you. You are your own motivation. You are your own rescue. You don't need permission to rise. You just need the courage to start again. Let their doubt become your drive. You'll never make it, become the fuel that powers your return. The greatest victories are born in silence, in solitude, in the shadows, where no one believes in you but you. That's where champions are created. So if you're down now, remember, this is the setup for your rise. Your comeback is in motion. The moment you decide to stand, let them watch, let them wonder, let them regret, underestimating the strength they couldn't see. There's a fire in you that no storm can extinguish. Even when life tries to bury you in doubt, in grief, in failure, that flame flickers. It may dim, but it never dies. And when you choose to rise, that spark erupts into something unstoppable. It doesn't matter how many times life has hit you. What matters is how many times you've stood up and declared, I'm not finished. Every fall carves out more space in you for greatness. Every rise adds another layer of grit to your soul. Resilience is not given, it's earned. Earned through the sweat of perseverance, the tears of struggle, and the silence of lonely nights when you refuse to quit. You're not just rising, you're resurrecting. You're proving to yourself that nothing can keep you down for long. Not failure, not fear, not even time. Rise not just for survival, but for transformation. Rise because it's who you are, not a victim of circumstance, but a force of nature. You don't rise to where you were, you rise to where you were meant to be. Don't mistake a fall for finality. A fall is not failure, it's feedback. It's life's way of refining you, humbling you, strengthening you for what's ahead. The greatest dreams are not built in perfection, but in persistence. You build greatness by refusing to stay down. Think about every story worth telling. It's never about the one who never failed. It's always about the one who fell and rose again and again until the world had no choice but to respect their resilience. The fall is just part of the rhythm. One beat down, one rise up. It's your rhythm now. Get used to the bounce back. Get used to rewriting your story every time life tries to write you off. You are not your past. You are your potential. You are not your fall. You are your. Pick yourself up one more time. Stand taller. Speak louder. Move with purpose. Because one day, all your rises will stack into a mountain no fall can shake. One day your story will inspire others. Your rise is a revolution. Every time you get back up, you're breaking the chains of mediocrity, fear, and doubt. You're proving that your spirit is stronger than your circumstances. You're declaring to the universe that you are not finished. Not now, not ever. The rise is not just about you. It's about everyone who's watching, hoping, and waiting for permission to believe it. When they see you rise, they see what's possible. When you defy the odds, you give others hope that they can too. Your resilience becomes a roadmap for others to follow. So rise with pride. Rise with fire in your heart and steel in your spine. Rise for every person who ever told you that you couldn't. Rise for the child inside you who still dreams. Rise for the future that's waiting for you to claim it. You may be tired, you may be bleeding, but as long as you're breathing, you're still in the fight. And every time you stand, you send a message to the world. I will not be broken. I will rise again and again. When everything seems stacked against you, when the mountain feels too high, and when you question whether you can go on, that's when rising matters most. Because rising in the light is easy. Rising in the dark takes courage. It's in the unseen moments, the lonely nights, the silent struggles, the quiet battles, where you become legendary. No one sees the thousands of times you got back up. But you know, and that knowledge is everything. It builds belief. It builds character. It builds a core of unbreakable strength. You are a warrior, forged in pressure and pain, and every rise is a strike against the limits that tried to cage you. Rise, because your dreams still breathe inside you. Rise, because your destiny is calling. Rise, because this life is not over until you say it is. No setback, no fall, no defeat can stop the one who keeps rising. The world may not believe in your comeback, but you don't need their belief. You just need your own. So rise, rise until you reach the top or break through it. You are not defined by your worst day. You are defined by what you do after it. When everything feels like it's falling apart, remember that that's also an opportunity to rebuild stronger. Falling does not disqualify you. It refines you. It strips away the distractions, the lies, the masks, and shows you who you really are. And who you are is a fighter. Who you are is a storm chaser, a risk taker, a soul too stubborn to surrender. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be relentless. You don't need to win every round. You just need to stay in the fight. It's not about how long you stay down. It's about how hard you come back. So take the hit, catch your breath, then rise, because you've got something this world can't manufacture. Heart, you've got the guts to get back up when most would stay down. That's what makes you dangerous. That's what makes you unstoppable. Fall 7 times, rise 8, and if need be, rise 9, 10, or 100. Just never stop rising. This is your moment. Not when you win. Not when it's easy. Not when everyone's cheering. No, this moment, right now, when you're bruised, battered, and doubting everything, is when you choose who you are. Rise here. Rise now. Don't wait for conditions to be perfect. Don't wait for approval. Don't wait for the pain to pass. Rise in the chaos. Rise in the fight. Rise when no one expects you to. That's what makes your rise undeniable. You don't need everything to go right to become great. You just need to keep getting back up. You just need to keep getting back up. You just need to keep moving forward when everything in you says stop. That's how legends are made. Not in the comfort zone, but in the climb. In the decision to stand when you could stay down. So if you're hurting, if you fail, if you're scared, that means this is your rise moment. This is where you dig deep. This is where you rewrite everything. Fall 7 times, rise 8, and then rise again until your name becomes a legacy.